Okay, I just want to say, if you guys see like little floaties flying around the camera, that's because my house is dusty AF. It's super old and I can't help it. Hey guys, it's Kamara. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not new, thanks so much for coming back. I want to start this video by saying how much I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, for liking, for commenting. I just really appreciate it, and it means the world to me. So today we're going to be talking about friendships, the pros, the cons, everything that everyone has dealt with if they've been in a real friendship, and everything in between. Since I'm a pretty optimistic person, I decided I wanted to start with the good of friendships, and there's a lot. From having a shoulder to cry on to knowing there's always going to be someone rooting for you and wanting your successes just as much as you do. It's just an amazing feeling to have someone like that in your life, someone who loves you that much, someone who cares for you that much, and someone who is 100% there for you, has the best intentions for you, and just loves you unconditionally. So I currently have a few people who I would consider to be my best friends, but my longest best friend that I have currently is Savannah. We met when we were in, I think, 6th grade, and we've been best friends ever since. I love her to death. We had so much fun in grade school. We did everything together. We were always each other's partner. And it was just really fun. In grade school, my favorite thing about having a best friend is that whenever a teacher would announce a project or tell you to partner up, you always looked to that person and made eye contact and just knew that that's who you wanted to work with. That was the best feeling ever for me, coming from someone who felt left out for a while until I met Savannah. And then after me and Savannah graduated from grade school, going into high school, I kind of lost that again because we'd go to different high schools and I didn't know anyone in my class. So that was definitely one of my favorite feelings. As I got older, I started to experience worse things than not having a partner for a project. I went through a lot, from one of my close friends committing suicide to my parents separating, and Savannah was always there for me, always a call or text away. Not only was she there for me, but I also had my boyfriend, who is one of my other best friends, and some of my other friends who I gained at high school. And that's just one of the best things about a friendship, is knowing that when you're carrying so much and you have so much weight on your shoulders, you can kind of fall back on your friends, and they'll always be there for you, to love you, to listen to you, to just sit with you if you don't want to talk, and just be there for you. Another great thing about friends is they just make you laugh and bring you so much happiness. I'm going to keep using Savannah for this because she's my best BFF. But whenever I'm with Savannah, we're always laughing. We're always just being so goofy. And there's never a dull moment. Even if we're just sitting at her house on Snapchat, we'll just like be playing with the filters, cracking ourselves up, and having a good time. And that's something that I love about her, because even like when I'm having a bad day, I know that when I'm with her, when I see her, when I talk to her, I'm going to be able to get a good laugh out of it. Another thing that's great about real friendships is that they're going to be honest with you. One of my other best friends, Audrey, who I go to high school with now, is always 100% real with me. She tells me when I'm being a jerk. She tells me if I made a mean or a stupid comment. She just always is real with me, and I really appreciate that in a friend. Because you need that. You don't need people who are kind of scared to tell you what you're doing wrong. And she never says it in a mean way. It's always constructive, to make me better. And I just really appreciate that, and I think that that's something that's really key to have in a relationship. Let's get into some of the negative side of friendships that we don't really like, that we kind of don't want to talk about that much, but it's there. First thing that I want to talk about is how far you can drift from a person. Sometimes it's just naturally going to happen, Sometimes your 2nd grade BFF isn't going to be your BFF forever. And it's sad. You're losing a person, but you're growing, she's growing. You guys might not be the same people anymore, and you're just not compatible. When I came to high school without Savannah, it was a really hard transition. The first couple of, I think the third, as I was saying, the first year was pretty okay. We would still hang out on the weekends all the time. We were still going places. We were still getting invited to each other's events and parties and things, and everything was fine. But later on, we kind of got really distant. I was getting jealous when I was seeing her kind of hanging out with her other friends, and I think that she was probably feeling the same way when she saw me hanging out with other friends, and it just got really distant to the point where we hadn't been talking. We completely just stopped talking for like months, and it was really hard for me. I kept like talking to my boyfriend about it, telling him like what I should do. Should I talk to her? Should I wait for her to come to me? And it was a hard time. In situations like this, it's so easy to let your pride get in the way. And that's something that I think was my problem, was like I kind of was like, I don't want to be the one who goes to her. Like, why do I always have to start the conversation? Why can't she come to me? And I kind of had to just like suck it up and just reach out and talk to her. Had like our argument, and just at the end of the argument, we kind of just said like, do we still want to be friends? Do we still care about each other enough to like keep this relationship going? And we both said yes. And ever since then, you know, it's been a healing process, and we're definitely closer than ever still. And I still go to her whenever I have a problem. She's one of my biggest supporters. She's the first one I told about wanting to make a YouTube. And when I made my first video, she was like promoting it on her Instagram, on her Snapchat, telling her friends, telling her family. And I just know that it's all love there, that she still loves me, I still love her. But something like that is kind of the negative side of relationships, like falling apart. They do say that sometimes you have to fall apart to fall back together again, and that was definitely the case with Savannah and I. But there are other friendships that I had that weren't so lucky. That I kind of left in 8th grade, and I might see that person, I might like their picture on Instagram or see them on Snapchat, but like we're not really as close as we once were. It is really sad, but I think it's just something that happens. You guys just grow apart, and you're just doing different things, and you're busy with your own lives, that you kind of just move on. Alright guys, so I think that's all I have for today's video. I talked about the great things about friendships and the difficulties that you might have to deal with friendships. But at the end of the day, friendships are great. They're one of the best creations God could have made. I love all of my friends. I love every relationship I have with every single person. And I'm just glad for everyone who's in my life. Even the hard relationships, because I feel like they make me grow and they make me stronger as a person. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe. You can turn on notifications, and every time I post a video, you'll be notified. Also, leave a comment down below what your favorite part of your friendship is, or a struggle that you've overcome with your friends. I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.